Hello, hello. Good time of day, everyone. So today is hopefully going to be a little shorter than last week's. I'm not planning anything that's extravagant, but I am planning to do a little bit of pixel work today. Maybe a little bit of turning it into a model. I can't help myself. So one second, let me clean up a little bit. Bop. I have a few pings that are hanging around in this, and it's making it hard to turn things off. Fair enough, fair enough. Pop. All right. And here we are. Let me just, a little bit. So I'm going to butcher the name, but this is Astroline's newest member, Beatrice Beaufort. Cute, small, very small. And I'm going to be making actually, if end results are correct, what I'm currently running for my model right here, it'd be something along those lines. But as I am a terrible, horrible monster, I am going for a style more of, this is probably the starting point of what I'm shooting for, but this is probably more the actual point. Just somewhat on a smaller scale. Because, well, it's fitting. So, things that I'm probably going to take from here, I want to use some shading on it. I won't be able to replicate the semi-watercolor going on this, but I'm going to be using these as references for proportions and just general stance. Probably going to be working with this one. But things that I'm going for on this, it's going to be about, I'm guessing, 80 or 60 tall. And going from there, guessing probably 48 wide is a good number to go with. This is about 4 heads proportion on here, so I probably will keep with that or possibly shoot it down to 3 heads. Because sprites, technically, I don't have all the pixels for that. So maybe 3 heads will work for this. Dough hands. Why is it not? Oh, okay. I think I work with impact most of the time. Just because cat ears. It doesn't help that she got a cat ear asset, so I'm running with that. How does it connect? We'll never know. But other things that go from here. So I won't be getting all this detail in here, so I'll have to be simplifying all this. I probably won't get the roses on there. We'll have to see. This may not get the lacing across because I literally don't have the pixels, but the things that I need to keep definitely in here is that we have the thigh-high sort of stockings going on. We have the trailing dress. Forehead. Yep. And we are going to be trying to keep the crown on there, but I'm not sure. This has to be on here definitely. This is definitely part of the character. Twin tails, all that. So let me get to sizes. I said about 80 by 48. Oop, that's the wrong way. 48 by 48. I cannot type today. 48 by 80. Yeah, the rose on the head, it's definitely a thing, because generally with VTubers, it is pretty much this is what you see all the time. These details sort of get forgotten, but I'd like to try and keep them. I'm not color picking from this, and I am not getting into the detail of this into here. But let's just get a little bit. So, head, body, legs. Because I would want a little bit of like squish. Technically this model doesn't have it, but if I had more segments on it, I'd be able to make the body go lower. If there's like a waist down here, I'd go down like a pixel and go down even a pixel more and it'll look alright. But I'd want to have that with this. Actually, I'm going to pull up something real quick, because this is more in the range of that. It's not going to be the same style because that was already from something else, but this is one I did of Ina a while back, where it is very much, this is about what I'm going for, except with a little more of when they cry aesthetics. Probably not to all the extent, but we have the basic go around. And that's what I mean when this is simplified. As you can see, I have the head able to go up a little more. If I had a little more effort on here to have the tippy toes go on, but I didn't. I mean, this was already a lot of detail in that hat. That hat is a terrible, awful thing. But this is more the level that it's going to, instead of Achi's 10-hour marathon last week, which I said 6 to 8. I should know from pointing things up that isn't how it goes. Anyways. So let's just begin. Throw a little bit of head on here. Now, I'm going to need a little bit of space for this. So maybe I think I'm going to have to crank this up, because the dress... Is her dress form-fitting, or is her dress... Okay, it's not... So I'm definitely going to need a little more space. I was incorrect on the width. So let's fix that. Canvas size. Let's make it 60. Good enough. Okay. 24, 24, 24. I should be able to live with that. Section off like about right in the middle. Maybe a little... I need to organize these better. This covers about from here to here. Yeah, I think that should work. Anyways, let's go with that as a start. I'm going to have to take a different color for this later. I'm just trying to visualize how this is going to translate to sort of tilt it at a 3/4 view. So we have the chest about here. Go like this. Go down to here. She does have small breasts. It's very hard to tell, but yeah, they're there. Yeah, okay, I think I can't... I don't see this working out like that, so we are going to 4 heads high, so... Compromise constantly. Okay. Oop, that's not the run. I want canvas. Canvas, stick it to the top. 120. Okay. And then for legs... So, do we want this sort of demeanor? Just a bit. I'm going to do my standard sort of, okay. Boop. So, dress ends about here. I'm going to have dress and skirt because technically they're there's two different sort of entities going on here. There's the skirt and then there's the dress part. I'm just blocking out so that I can get these in here correctly. Tiny mini micro skirt, fix you up later, get you the right color later. And then I'm going to put this as a bad color for dress. Oh, this is going to have to be split in two. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's probably an actual style. And it goes all the way down to right above her ankles. Okay, so let's shoot about here. Let's get this up. Boom. Slap that in here. And there we go. So how off do the legs look? So we have this has to go behind everything. So we have leg 1. Have about right here. Leg 2, which should be a darker color in background. And let's just get some arms on here so that I can start figuring this out. I didn't want to do it at full proportions, but I'm being sort of I don't think it wants to work otherwise. And I think I want a little bit of character acting with oh ho 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 right here. Let's see. The head has to go forward a little bit because it's no longer in the middle. It's 3/4, so basically have to divide down there, and this is the middle line. Yeah, there we go. Is her hair big enough that I'm going to have to push up here? If I cheat enough, I think I should be fine. I think I should be fine. Okay. Now, I want to hunt for colors a little bit, so we want some burgundy sort of purple and a darker red. I think I could just drop off my standard red a little bit more. Make a palette layer. Alright. Let's drop this to 50. Let's drop this to like 35. Good enough. And then a burgundy, which I'm going to get off the purple by pushing a little over here. Saturate this a bit more, 50. Let's drop this a bit more, 20, 25. Looking a little, well, let's shift it over there. Sorry, not happening. Currently, right now, working on Beatrice Beaufort right now. Okay, let's see. Blue. 60. 75. It's a little too much. Let's try dropping the red. I think that's about it. Very close. Don't quite know. 50. Probably taking a little too long on this. I think that's about the best we're going to get. Alright, so we have the colors for the dress. You pie. This is very blonde, platinum blondish. It's not quite white yet, though I think I could get away with a white and gray. I definitely need a little bit of gray for over there. Eyes are purple. I could almost get away with the pink, but as long as I rim it with a purple that it'll read as purple, the purple or violet the entire way through. It's very much... It's if you take blonde hair and you bleach it, and you get down to a straw color. It's kind of there. But yeah. I won't be getting all these in, but I need at least 4 turns. And yes, her fingernails are black. Very gothic. Or goth. Okay. Like, I could use this. This is my standard sort of one, but it's actually a blue sort of color. This is the other one I could use, but I think it's a little too dark. If I take this and I drag it into the yellow spectrum, we'll see. Boom. It's a little too much. If I drop the luminosity on it, will it... No, that's going to... Drop saturation. That's what I want. Let's say about 30. And I think this will work for our purposes. Okay. Boop. As for the other one, that is... I can use this green-gray. Yeah, I can use that. Alright. Let's get the head a little bit made. Don't want it completely round. I want to get a little bit of the jaw in here, because that is what we work with. For making it cute and girlish. I don't think I can get the full... Yeah, this might look a little too awkward, so I think we're going to have to stick... Very... What was it she said? Oh, it's because her hair gets darker the more the secrets are revealed or something. We got the good stuff. Okay, so we have this. Let me just start grouping these up so I don't lose my mind with this. Body group. Okay, and head group. I think it came up in the art one, which actually did drop. Her VODs are up and running currently. The VOD channel. Though I did watch it on Twitch. Head group. And let's begin the madness. Truly. I can't catch it. It's just at the, it's at 10 o'clock, so, you know, as a standard Twitch stream, it starts up about 11 o'clock. I can get up early. I can't go to bed late. Okay. Left eye. And I said I could go with this as long as I rim it. Okay. So her eyes, are they... They're not entirely predatory. When I say predatory, I mean like the standard sort of... we got a squinty thing going on. It's also the thing that you use in like a lot of brats is that they have this sweep up. There's a term for it. She's kind of there, but not quite. I think it's because it's not starting low and having like the inner corners going down. That is causing this. So we want to have one that's like this. Not too drastic either. About, looks like this is going basically to the middle before it starts sloping down. Yeah, okay. So let's work on the right one. We're going to have to squish the left one to keep it into a perspective. As you can see, these aren't the same size. I mean, I could say that, but I could prove it by just, you know, copying this up. It should be exactly 2/3 of this other one. Because 2/3 view. Anyways, drop it in. So we can keep this. I don't think I'll get that slight slant going on. It's just too much detail. But we go like this, and we say something like this. Maybe knock out the tear duct right there. Soften the edge a little bit. Too small. I can fix that real easy. Boop, boop, boop. They are animu eyes. You must make them big. I think the eyelashes are going to be the only things to save this. Okay. This one... Oh, the palette's on top, that's why. Okay. So then... Oh, you are 13, 2/3 of 13. Actually, can't I do math in this? Times 2, divide by 3. Oh, that's the X position. This is the size. Times 2, divide by 3. And I know they're both high. They should be about, like, right here. Left open eyelash. And they're black, I believe. Yeah, they're black. They actually do sort of gray going down, which is kind of nice, but I won't be able to do anything with that. Let's open up the palette. Let's go with that. Boop, boop. I'm just going to make them nice and thick. We have some Ilia level eyelashes going off there, so let's do that. There we go. Boop. 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 Now, I have to do this on its own layer because the iris is going to be underneath this. So when the iris... Actually, I can put it in right here. So basically, the iris is going to be masked, or the pupil, whatever you want to call it, is masked to the white so that it will cut out the rest of this. However, if this is part of the eye white, it's going to just mask to this as well. So it has to be its own layer so that it can go under it without causing any issue. And I have to have a little bit of overlap just because of Live 2D's things. I don't think I could really show it on this model, but maybe it'll happen in Live 2D, where due to how the engine works, it likes to blur the edges, which cause really unsightly things in pixel stuff. But anyways, So we said that the inner layer could be basically pink. If I put out some violet for the edges, does this work? Yeah, she has that huge type, so I can go like this and probably fine. Kind of like it. I can't put a pupil in there, and she has very distinctive pupil. Maybe if I could cheat a little. Oops. Cheat to win. Looks a little manic. I mean, is that wrong? Okay. Left eye. This should be left eye white. Yes, there's a proper term for it. No, I'll never pronounce it right. Okay, so if I copy and paste this, do I need to? I need to. So, how do I square this circle? So I have to cut off an edge. Yes, I'm just as sad as her. They cheat, because they don't even have any of that in there. This, it's basically nothing. So, if I were to, let's say, cut this off, or, cut off this edge. I think it might work. I need to cut off that too. Okay, I'm going to need to make that a different color if I'm going to go with the system. Let's drop it down a little bit. I think it's the same color as... Well, the edges are darker. So let's drop this down. 25, 30. I'm noodling a bit. I shouldn't be noodling live on stream, but I'm noodling. Good enough. Can I do this? Little weird, but I don't know how I'm squaring that circle. Without making everything bigger. It looks like this is bigger over here because of how it's connecting with that. Yep. Okay. I think I'm just going to go with keep them the same. That you can't see anything on that eye unless it's like moved over one. That's fine. We'll live. Okay. Readability is most important without violating most other things. Okay. I'll get onto the mid and closed eyes in a minute. I want to do the hair. Hair front does not need to be... I'm not even sure if I'll have physics on the hair. I'll say that. Okay. So we just go with this. The hair intakes are going to be interesting to set up on here, but I can do it. So I think I'm going to cheat by mirroring and then squishing everything on the left side. Yeah. So we go like this. Standard sort of front headpiece. Hair front. Hair intake. And I can just drop this by my standard step of 10 saturation and luminosity. 1979. Okay. So have that go up, have that go... Want it to be noticeable. This is a sprite, so I can make it over-exaggerated to sell it. Hair intake. And then we need just a bit of overlap going down for these. That's a little too much on there, so... Let's move you two over. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. We'll say that's the middle now. Yeah, I think we're going to have to stretch this out a little bit. Okay, move you back over, turn you off for a second so that I could do some emergency surgery. You go out to here. You go out to about here. And stretch that middle. There we go. Also, I think the eyelashes should be on top. Yeah. Because I'm going to lose everything underneath it, but... Eyelashes on top are an anime staple, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see half their expressions. Okay. And it curves in about cheek level. Just drop in, boop, 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 boop. Wait. Mistakes were made. There we go. Now then. Oh no, this is an odd number of pixels, isn't it? Nope, I'm good. I think she has a little bit of no, she doesn't. It's quite a clean cut. Usually they have, like, you know, a couple extra strands down there, which make for good material for the rigging, but do not have it. Anyway, let's just give it a bit of volume, back up. Like so. I'm probably going to have one on the back to give this some 3D effect, which is effectively just Clonus. But anyways, so we have that. Let's get the proper palette for her. Boop. And that goes all the way up to about here. And it cuts in basically down to here, and we have like a streak right there. Boop. And then we drop this a shade. 12, basically 0, so it's black. Okay. Now then, we begin the squishing. So we, whoops. So we pull this in. We put this on 2s. Push this in a little bit. Boop, boop. There we go. And I think we might need to move this over a little bit. We'll curve this in. Yeah. One, two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Good enough. Oops. Hair cap. Hide all my sins. The hair cap being everything that I didn't explicitly put in there, but I need hair so that when things move and other such things happen, it doesn't show bare head or to void. She looks kind of weird short-haired. Anyways, now then. Just because I need to show the edge of this. Otherwise, it's not going to look proper. There we go. Two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We can erase this one. Good enough. I want to move these in a pixel. Vroom. And then I guess hair cap cannot exist over there. Okay. I have not seen White Chicks in so long. I'm not even sure I've seen it at this point. Okay. hair back. What is it called? It's considered a problematic hairstyle where you just have side locks and like short hair everywhere else. It's like some flower name. And it's like the thing that is like literally the manic pixie dream girl archetype. Okay, so her hair goes down to about her waist, which would be right about here. Anyway, let's just fill this out. Nothing too prioritized yet. Truly a classic. I apologize. The heater's turning on. Somewhere around there. Do I need to do more on it? Well, technically I would need to put like all the little things in there, but that's not happening. Oh, she does have some straight down side locks. Let's get those. Also, I should shade the... Oops. I should probably do that. Okay. Nope, I missed a part. Boop. The inner hair should have some difference to it so that side locks and the rest of that don't, you know, vanish into the same color. And I will have to outline this because I have made the rule that I am. There we go. Could also probably do a little bit of something of that nature. Is that off-center? Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Is that a cross? That's a cross. Okay. Alright, so we have the back hair back there. Let's do a bit of side lock. Oops. New group, hair group. Side lock. Take out our cheaty tool because this will be in front on both of these. So this is not a standard sort of one because it starts out thin and then gets thicker as it, you know, sort of mills about. So the best I'm going to do is this right now because I do not have the pixels to work with. Okay, let's have it swing in and like so. And then a little bit over here to say that it's like 2. Ugh. This one would have to be pulled in. These are going to be the same size because I have less of the whole situation going on. I say. Let's just do the bottom to give me one more pixel. Maybe, just maybe, I can do a little bit of getting a little too, it's a little too complex, getting a little lost in that. Okay, I want to work in a different color so I can actually see what I'm doing. So we have this drop down, and then it gets bigger. It's supposed to be doing a lot of stuff, but I think, yeah, we're just going to have to punt and have it be a sort of something of that nature. I'll just flip the other one in a minute. This comes down. Whoops, that's the wrong color. And I will just outline it because we don't have enough material to work with. It's a shame. Oh, wait, this needs to be below head. Okay. Down you go. No, actually it doesn't. It needs to be more to the side. Yeah. It's basically supposed to be coming off her ears. Okay, push this up. Give it a little bit of actual... There we go. Side lock front. The other one is going to have to go behind face because, yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be... Boop. Flip it. We can keep it at the same size, but it has... maybe not. So we have this here. Let's squish it just ever so slightly. Because that's a little too extreme going out for me. Something of that nature. Well, I'll have to live with it. Let's give her a neck. So underneath body, because I generally like that way. Neck. Properly step down 2-step. Or once. 61. 67. And then I'm going to have to fix this up to give her the shoulders, because, well, it's a shoulderless dress. Okay. Let's just put a little bit on there. There we go. That's more in the range. This arm is definitely too far out. Or too far in. Whoop. There we go. Everything looking better already. Now let's give her a mouth now that I have a little bit to look around in. This I might actually do the I don't know if I'll have a mid on there. When I say mid, I mean I have full mouth, like, you know, Y, and then there's closed mouth, which is, you know, just a closed. Mid is a transitional one where I have it like about like this big. It helps, like, to put it like the model that I am using has only 2 states. However, the eyes on this model have 3. So when I blink, there's a middle frame that adds to the animation. So anyways. And it doesn't seem like it'll do much, but it makes it feel like that there's about 5 frames involved. Because brains are interesting. We like to fill in the gaps, but we have to have enough good frames to understand that. Anyways, back to the mouth. Where is the head? Mouth open. Because I think this is going to be... I know she has fangs, but I don't... let's go with this. Okay, so like right here. Y. Let's just up this, because that's a little too neon for me. 73, 70. I can't make a sussy tongue at the scale. Motashi Vampire. Da, 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 da. But yeah, pretty much. And she doesn't have any sort of... Yeah, that's a little too much. Any sort of, like I was doing Ivachi last week and it was giving me so much pain, was trying to get the perfect, you know, smug. Oh yeah, I have to put a nose dot on here at some point. Okay. So that will be our closed, and that will shift the, our open. Works well enough. Do I need a mid? Let's try it. Mouth mid. I mean, I could cheat by just going... boop, boop, boop. And they'll transition into the next one. Let's go with that. Okay. Should I have a nose dot? Does Bert have a nose dot? Oh, she does. Rika? Save me? Rika doesn't have a nose dot. But I put nose dots on everything. Okay. There we go. Oh god, what am I doing? Yeah, I think it's only going to work with one. 3 looks a little much. Okay, nose dot. Whoops. Can you actually see that? You can't see that. I'm going to save this real quick. Let me go to my folders. Yes, but I'm a terrible, strange person, and I like putting noses on my models. It helps with depth, but on this one, I'm not even going to be moving the head around. It's going to be very fixed. Alright, models BB. BB simple pixel model. Thank God for the BB, a nickname. A BB, a pixel model. Simple pixel model. Boop. There we go. Now then, next step. This is going to be interesting because I can't have all the eyelashes. These should probably just be black. Let's go in a different mid shade, actually. 1 second. Because I do want to test out the blinks and get that set up before I move too far onto anything else, because I like doing my blinks. Boom. 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 Okay, let's see. Left open eyelash. Let's drop you about 5, so say 17. Invert it. Whoop. Okay, you can distinguish them slightly. That's all I want. So we're going to have a new one. It's going to be mid-open eyelash. But we're also going to need a layer down here that blocks, that colors over the whites so that they would be properly colored. Or properly covered so that the eye can still move around and we don't have to worry about that. Okay. And I think I'm just going to drop it down like this. Everything has 2 layers to it. And this drops like this. And then I literally 2/3 of this. Boop, boop, boop. And click in there. Times 2, divide by 3. And then I move this over. Mathematically perfect. we go. And then I color it the right color. There we are. Next on here is to cover up everything underneath that. So I can cheat by selecting these once again. Going over to eye white. There we are. And then above it, left eye mid blink. Or, yeah, we'll call it mid. What is it? Boop. And then we can do this right here and boop. Okay, and then we cover the rest of it like so. Okay, and then we also have to have it curve up on the bottom a little bit, because that's just how blinks work. So I'll just take off the finest slice like that. Now I need to have the final one, which will be simple in the rigging, and it will be completely closed. So back up here, I should probably call this left, because I'm going to have both eyes rigged to this. So left closed eye lash. Okay, hit save. Now then, close this completely up. Like so. I should have been mirror moding it, but I can change that. There we go. That looks a little far. I mean, it's going to change in a second, but it just looks absolutely ridiculous. Boo boo boo. Okay. Grab in there. Divide by 2. Or no, times 2, divide by 3. I'm doing something very wrong. Okay. That's the right one. Times 3, divide by 2. Or no, times 2, divide by 3. It is weekend. My brain is supposed to be off. There we go. So what is it, M. Young? Whoops. There we go. Alright, let's do a little bit of test, and we will make 3 frames. We will set them up to be a tag. And we will set them to be 200 seconds, or 200 milliseconds, or 300. I think that is my standard sort of setting on here. And we will do this. I just need to make sure. Close that down. On the last frame, we will have the eye disappear. And we will have the white disappear. And we'll have the mid disappear. And then we will have these 2 disappear. This one will only be the mid stuff, which means I don't have to do anything more. This one we will have to turn off the mid down here. I need to add a shine at some point, but that is going to be in a minute. I don't like how that's going in the middle there. So this is just a little much. I think if I add one more... Whoops. Oh, that's why. Yeah, cut that. Oh, yeah, because I matched that up in there. Do-do-do-do. Actually, I think the eyelashes are coming down too fast on the side. That might be part of what's tripping me up. Let's revise a little bit. Do-do-do. If it's just going to be that easy, that's going to be silly. But it's happened before, so I will see how that goes. Okay, so copy pasta. Remember to always reserve your copy pasta water. It's very useful. But let's keep this on mouth closed. Let's get a happy smile in there and work with it. Much better. Oh, pasta water? It's good for making sauce. Unironically, you could just make sauce with pasta water and a little bit of cheese. Or flour, even. Always reserve your pasta water. I want to watch that for a second. Okay, I think I can just, yeah, I'm just going to put shines directly on this. I could have them shake a little bit, but eh. Let's use an off-white. Yeah, it has all the starch in it. Let's actually use an even more. Let's go with 90. There we go. Also, on that, the whole reason why there's shine on our eyes is that our eyeballs are not like this. Our eyeballs are like, this. Ignore my inability to draw this, but there's a little bit of bulge right where your iris is, and that's where cataracts and all that go. And this little shine that is on our eyes is because of it rising off of the rest of the eyeball. So light hits that and bounces off. Fun fact. It's interesting to think about. Okay, did I do that on the wrong layer? I think I did. Okay, let me turn off the mid and that. Let me turn off the mid down here. This is a speed run, I'm not... Nope, it's an actual thing. There we go. Eye shine. Photo of eye. Let me just do a quick little search on the interwebs. This one you can actually tell because it has it on both sides. So, this right here is where it's reflecting off of because there is a bulge around here. And this is the other side where it's reflecting off. So the light is coming in. Oops, I need to make this thick. So the lens of the eye is right here. So you're getting all the reflection off of this into your eye from it hitting this. And this one is because it's going through the middle and reflecting out again because it's bouncing off through all this stuff to come at your eye as well. This is why also in some of them you have like the highlight up here and the low light down here because it's the same principle. But it's an actual thing in eyes. Just a really interesting thing. And yeah, it seems like it should be aesthetic, but no, it's an actual part of it. But I don't have enough pixels for the secondary bounce in here, and I don't think the original model did either. Well, no, it has a bit of it, like, right here. I don't have the highest resolution, but I think that's supposed to be part of it. This is actually kind of strange. Usually, the highlight of the eyes is over in this side. Like, you pick this, and then also you have your minor one down there, because we tend to always put our sun at, like, 45-degree angles. Because for most of the Western world, the sun is coming in at 45 degrees. So it's interesting that this is straight in the middle. Anyways, back to the BB. Beatrice BB. I can't do Mary voice, which means I can't do Pegasus voice. Okay, where was I? I was looking for the face, which should be on there. Oh, I called it head. There we go. That's more my proper scheme. Okay, let's just, let's not go that deep. Let's go half. So, 56. For legal reasons, I cannot do Uncle Mary's voice. I'm sorry. Wait, that's darker than... I did not want that one. Uh, 72. 1, 2, 3, 66. Okay, good enough to say that it's good enough. And I might have to change the mid shade. I don't even need to go back this far. Let's see. Mid eye. Yes. Whoop, that's the wrong one. Where am I? I'm lost. Okay, there we go. So select everything outside of it. Control-Shift invert. And get that one, and we're golden. Hopefully this doesn't have a problem. I can make sure it doesn't have a problem by doing that, but... looks a little strange. Okay, eyelashes. Or no, eyebrows. Okay, we have eyebrows up here. So I'm going to do my standard sort of thing. Left eyelash, or eyebrow. Because for some reason, I always model eyebrows. So I want this to be even darker, because it has to show up on both these layers. So we're going to drop this to be about 89, and then, or no, 69. Nice, and then drop it 5 more. So 64. This can be 5. Okay. Okay, they're thin and not these sort of like, you know, dots. So I mean, we're going to keep it at 2, but then we're going to just taper it off a little bit. This one's going to get moved over a little bit and then shortened. By exactly times 2, divide by 3. Isn't math fun? I think it needs it for over there, but that one it needs... Yeah, let's just go with that. That works. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to do the twin tails. Yeah. The dots are a very iconic sort of thing, but it is what it is. Now then, the twin tail, which I'm going to have to do in 2 cluster because this is going to be a mess. Also, I'm going to have to put an outline on the back one, but we'll get to that after we get the face fixed up. Oh, you can see her ears. I don't know if I'll be putting ears on her because I'm covering everything up because, oh god, I need the pixels. So then... needs to go in the hair group. It needs to go behind the hair intake. And this will be right twin tail. And I'm just going to use a color right now and fix it up in a minute. But we have big, medium, okay, 4 turns. I mean, I literally could pick up the part of her video where she says how to simplify this. Oh, 1 second. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. Okay, that's gotten away. So we have this. We come out like this. And then we have a one that comes back. And then we have this one come out. And then we have... oops, this. I'm not going to get all of it, and it should go down to a little below her chest. So let's thin this out and do the scraggly ones at this point. It's good enough. I know that there was a way that she had said that's good to do it, but I have another I have a cheat way myself. You literally just do this. And then you take a darker color and curve it slightly as you come back into this. And there you go. You have a drill tail. Okay, now let's fix this color scheme. So for the front parts, it's going to be the expected way. So you have this, and then it curves down into this front part, and then this front part, which I'm going to have to fix up a little bit, and this one. What did she end off on? Yeah, she ends off on a front curl, so that's fine. The rest of these are going to have to be darker. So, boop, boop. And I am going to have to outline this so that it is visible to the world. I'll fix that up in a second. I don't like how that is. I will also need to have a secondary color to break this up and have it on the inner layer, like right about here where it's darker. I'm not rigging this at all. And if you remember last week, I did go through all the... it worked out too well for the pendulums. Because the rigging juice on here is that this is cut out. This is its own thing and it has some bend. This is cut out. This is also cut out. And like each of them is their own pendulum, which is a really interesting technique, or part of the pendulum, which is a real interesting technique. And I like it. And it works. And it worked so well. It shouldn't have been working so well. Boop, boop. Okay. It was 10 hours. Not even my programming streams go to 10 hours, and I program to program so that I can program. I think at least 3 times during that stream I went, I think I'm going to finish it up. And then I looked at it and went, you know, maybe I can do a little more. And then I did a little more. Because the thing is, once I'm on a roll, do I want to really risk not getting back onto there in like a week or something? I mean, it's just a couple more. It's just like a half hour more, right? Right? It was not right. Okay, let's drop this to another shade. So 1069. And what we're going to do is go up to here. And this isn't going to go all the way out, because, you know, it's inlaid a little bit. So we're going to do this. But otherwise, that adds a little more depth to this. This, it can be exactly to it. This, it's going to be like the middle. If you need to sleep, man, you should go to sleep. I will talk to the void. The void, I'm very comfortable talking to the void. I just did not expect that to turn into a marathon. Yeah, it looks better if this is, I was wrong. That was a mistake. There we go. I think that's a little much. I think we're just going to go simplified for right now. Oh, I know what I want to do. Okay, let's take this. Nope. And we'll just do the edging. It's actually a complete inverse of what I was trying to do, but sometimes it happens. And then we can also reuse this color. If I was actually drawing this out... Yep, very much edging. If I was drawing this out, I'd be putting like a bunch of like lines in there, because I love my insufferable hatch lines. They make life worth living. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I have this backwards because it comes from back to front. Oh no. Whoopsie. Okay. Okay. We can fix this. We can fix it. Okay, once again. So this is going to be back. Why are you like this? It's actually kind of... is it uncommon? I'm not sure. To have it go from like a back to front sort of setup. So... half moon this, and it comes down. It's almost the opposite of how I would, like, what I was just explaining. Because that is premised off of, oops. Make this a little bit smaller. Premised off of it going the other direction. Whoop. No, I've seen the actual spiteful ones. Half of Hololive at this point is Ina. Ina from the get-go is truly something that is hard to simplify and work with. Okay. And then there's like every polka model that comes out of there, which is just... Yeah, I know. It's Wait, no, I don't need that color. That's the wrong color. I want this color. Boop. Excuse me for 1 second. Something just happened. My water bill arrived. Okay. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes, I was here. Boop, boop, boop. Do I do it? Yeah, let's cheat. Let's see if FX works. FX kind of does some weird stuff. But I think this is more what I want. You didn't do that. Okay, that's fine though. It got all the other edge on there. I don't like what's going on down there, but I may not have a choice. Okay, with that said, let's drop this by. $10. 69, nice. And I'm keeping this right here to try and show that there's an edge going on. It might not have the best effect. We'll see in a minute, though. It's easy enough to undo. Yeah, I don't quite like it, so I think I might just go with double on here. Yeah, that gives it the depth I want, but it might be a little much. I'll live with it. For these ones, that's fine. I need it to show that it's popping out a little bit. Boop. Okay. I think this is the best we're going to get, so we're going to copy it, and we're going to go down to where I have side lock. Actually, no, this should be below everything. Because it's going to have to go behind the dress and all that. Left twin tail. Pop it in. Flip it over. Is this out too much? Do I have to do some shifting? Let me look at this for a second. I think, actually, yeah. Let's reevaluate that. No, that name's fine. I think this needs to be thicker here to match up with model more. Yeah, let's do that. Wait a second. So let's just... Yeah, this is going to need to be on top, isn't it? At least this part of it. It's going to need to be on top so it can be over this. So I might have to cut this into its own section. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. Okay. Okay, so 1 second, let me grab this. Right twin tail base. Okay. And then this goes above there so that I can do that curve. I say. I need to fix up some of these too. Might be a little too long even. I might be going a little too hard into how big that should be. Okay. Wrong button. Okay, let's cut it to about like right here. Let's see how that looks. Never be afraid to mangle your thing, because you might be wrong. Kill your darlings and all. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be part of the base. The buttery biscuit base. Okay, so we go back to this. Probably taking too much time on this. And then we'll cover up all this area for Rose, so all my sins will be forgiven, hopefully. Oh. Okay, yeah. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. Let's extend this one down here a little bit more. Make sure it's the right direction. Yeah. Sort of getting muddied at this point because, you know, it is changing directions a lot. Looking a little weak right there. Let's just do this. I think that's good enough. I think I want to increase this a little bit more, though. So let us begin the hair transplant. turn you off for a second. Yeah, let's stretch that out a bit. Boop. One more feeling. Boop. Interior secured. That, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There we go. Much gentler curve. May want to peak this slightly. There we go. Got to make sure that I peak this one as well. There we go. Now how does it look? Not sold, but I don't want to be here all day. Okay. It's got a lot of dress to work with. And it'll hopefully look better in motion, which is what I'm hoping for. Something like that. Okay. Let's copy this. Let's go all the way down here. Let's paste it. Let's flip it over. For the back part, we don't need it to be two separate layers because we aren't doing anything interesting with that. Better planning, and I might have been able to do it better, but hey, we are where we are. I copied it, didn't I? Possibly not. Copy. Pasta. Flip. Why are you up there? Hey, Sprite, I love you, but I don't know why you do this stuff. Oh, you click the wrong layer. You clicked the wrong part of the layer. Now you're copying the layer entirely and not the pixels in the layer, what you're trying to copy. Context-based interaction has been a bane upon most programs. And I will not stop saying that. Left twin tail. Why does this one look higher? Because it is higher. It's not. Separating it off. Oop, I need a few more pixels. Sprite. Canvas size. You can be 80 now. Oop. I say. Okay. I'm just going to have to live with it, because I don't think I can improve it more at this scale. And I don't think it's going to hold... I mean, it's a big part of her character, but I don't think I can do more with it. Also, I think I need to put a little bit more here. Boop. There we go. Just to separate it from there. And I need to find this dot right here. There we go. Okay. On to the body, I guess. This is smaller. I'm going to lose detail, and yeah. Yeah. 1 second. Okay, crisis averted. And the left one should match. Actually, that does look better. Okay. So let me make a quick rose up here. Or 2 roses, as the case may be. By that I mean I'm going to cheat to my heart's content. Can we just make them tomatoes? She'll forgive me if I make them tomatoes, right? You say it's full, well, knowing no. Oh, wait. Does that go? It goes all the way down to... That's good enough. Yeah, that's good. I'll put a little bit of green shade on the bottom and we should be good. But for now, let's fake a rose. 45, 34. How? Now, how I fake a rose is how I fake all my flowers. It's a very simple strategy. I don't remember where I learned it, but it's basically, think of it as a bunch of... Yeah, bananas work. I think of it just like a bunch of rolled paper. And you're just inserting more chunks of basically somewhat straight paper that you break up. Let me actually put it over. Like, so here's the center of it. And then I start making an outer layer, which is literally just, it's a straight thing of paper, and I cut it here, and then like maybe I make another continuation on there, and then like just don't have the cuts of paper in there, and like have them overlap a little bit, and don't have them overlap a little bit. Just keep it messy, and you kind of slowly get to a flowery shape that way. Just, you gotta section it off. Like, is it good or exact? I don't know, but the results kind of work. That's all I care about. I mean, in reality, that kind of is how flowers work, is that they're singular sections of a material that are just overlapped again and again. Yep. Kind of like that. Anyways, and welcome to the stream. We are working on a Beatrice. Let's try to capture a little bit of this in here. Oh, I need to add her tail and ears. Well, I'll add her ears later. 1 second. This is not... 1 second. I need... There we go. This is the one I'm going to need to attempt to copy. The knee pie. Though I think I kind of have it in here with just, you know, like the face. The closed eyes and open mouth should do it. But, dough hands. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we have that. We have the flowers. I need to pixel up the vinage a little bit. So, a spread, please. And I'm going to only do the bottom because I don't have the pixels to properly outline it. So that should be good enough. Good enough. Now onto the body, which may be a bit of a pain. Yep, that's where I want to be. So I'm going to need to add the choker and a bit of jewelry, but first I'm going to focus on the corset. Yeah, corset. So, first off, have a bit of... Turn off the arms, because the arms are on top. A little bit of dip for the breasts. They're there. We have confirmed this. Let's turn off the head for a second so that I can actually see everything right. Boop, boop. I'm going to use this for the trim. I'm not going to be able to get proper frills on here, but giving the suggestion is good. And the suggestion is by having random little outjets of it. Okay, so we have that part, and then we have the middle, which we already have a palette picked out for that color. Because this is basically her secondary color going on. And this goes on like about that far. Then we have a little bit of this on the side. Room. Okay, and now we're to the actual skirt part. Oh yeah, it breaks into this. I don't think we'll get the vines on. We'll see. I don't think so. So anyways, onto the skirt, which I'm going to put on top. And I'm going to delete all. Skirt's red. Nope, the skirt is burgundy. And then we have the rose motif carried on down there. And then we're going to have the... I don't know what you want to call it. The waist skirt, or the waistcoat was what somebody else had said. I think Unaf had. So we have it go down to here. And then we have rose red. So let's turn on the head to get that color. I think it's just my standard. Yeah, it's my standard. Then we had roses going across there. We'll get to that in a second because I'll just do this. Probably should cut this down a little bit. Something like that. And then roses. which I'm going to have to simplify a little bit, and I think I'll just go back and do the most basic of this. So this one's on top. It's very important in art to figure out who's on top in many aspects. This is head on, so this should be on top. Second, so, boop, there we go. And I'm not going to get full details in here, so the best I'm going to do for the interior is like a dot. It's not the best, but we're not getting much else. Okay, well, let's see how this looks at scale. Might just be better off to keep it... Yeah. It wasn't 2-layer on that one, and I think I went a little overboard with that, so... Let's just do simple stamps across, and then maybe I can get a little more detail into it. So. I thought they were stacked a little bit more. That was my mistake. Okay, and we get this color. This one's on top. These ones are on the same layer, but this one's on top over here. Oops. Okay, how to best... Like, I can't do this entirely up here. So, if viewing from the top... Maybe we could do a little bit like that. Maybe. He says without confidence at all. Should probably look up This one actually comes out looking all right. This one, not so much. Can I put like a single red dot? Looks like a P. I don't like it. Okay. Maybe a little bit. It's kind of up to your imagination. But the main focus is going to be the head, so I think we'll have to work with that. It's been about 2 hours, so I'm going to take a quick little break. And we'll be right back. That's fine. Have a good night, Unaf. Trail mix is pretty good. One more second. Alright, that taken care of. Let's see if we can get this finished. So I need to figure out overdress. Yeah, let's call it overdress. This little part right here. So I could probably do the same thing. This. To figure out the edges, because I want to have a bit of the ruffle feel on it. I might want to darken this a little bit. Maybe it should be less of a purple and more of just a dark red. Anyways, that's in 5 minutes. So we have this. And it go... Oh no, it... So 1, 2, 3. There's only 3, so make it count. Oops. Three. Yeah. Just getting out the corners a little. Might have helped if I had to, you know, mirror mode on. Okay. 2/3 you. I banish you to 2/3. Looks like it about works. And then it's red up, and I need to find a better red. I think I've said this before, and I will say it again. A better red must be found. Whoops. Oh, first off, put it down to this one. Then put it down to this one. Something of that nature. I did have a better red. Oh wait, that's behind it. That's the... Yeah, I need to cut that out a little bit. And body, there we go. And overdress will go up here. Work its way in. Something of that nature. Not quite sold on it, but I don't think I have much else to work with. So, dress back. white. Let's bring this in a little bit more. There we go. Get that back up and go. Whoop. Oh, it's real deep curves. And then it comes together. Oops. Oh, no, I didn't. And then, as before, to the 3/4 view, or 2/3. Though honestly, this should probably be more over here. And legs should definitely be in front of this. Oh. Oop, that's a mistake. So, oops, that's not what I want. I want to grab this part. And then move it onto the proper dress layer, which I had made a mistake on. Okay, there we go. Now then, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And it's all white and puffy. So, just because I'm not going to be doing too much. We have that. Now, let's drop a little bit to give this going on. And then we start highlighting going up under the well, I don't think it's a petticoat. Yeah, it needs to be steeper. Okay. So this goes up to about here. Let's pick this as the point. Here. Do a little bit of this. She has platform shoes, right? Yep, she has high heels. Okay. I'm not in love with that, but I think I should also probably bring it up a bit more. I think I went a little too wild with how long it is. Turn off the legs for a second so I can see what damage them. Actually, yeah, I think this is distracting more. Like, having some of it is good, but I don't think it's going to work at the scale. Having a bit of it show like this, yeah, that's fine. Having the big long lines just is not doing it, I think. Then we also need to have on the outside more of the ruffles show up. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, these should be a little shorter. So let's squeeze you down. This is a little messy over here, so that. Where's the speed scrib? This is a speed art. It's me not taking 3 days to do it. Might just have to say good enough. Okay. So we have that. Let's work on the legs a little bit. I have some stand-ins right here. I also have these set of legs. I think I'll go with that, more of that set, so we'll have this leg going forward. And then we'll have this leg back a little bit. Pigeon toe it. Yeah, sure. Always a classic. That's too much. Basically have it go almost vertical. Much better. And we must increase the thickness of the legs. BB's kind of thick. The hips don't lie. Just put that in a little bit. Okay. So, a little bit of absolute territory. Very good. And I can bring in this color to give some of that edge onto it. And then give her a garter belt. This can be black. Oops. I mean, twin tails, you kind of have to have it if you have twin tails. Oh, boop, boop. Something, something, third impact, something, something. So Mo will cause third impact. Let's walk it back a bit on that. Just walked it back a bit on that. A bit over here as well. There's something fancy going on. You don't need to know how fancy. Okay, little red shoes. So grab this. Whoop. And then slightly darker for the back one. 25, 40. Kind of mirror this. Feet. Can I do something to say that there's something going on? And how are the heels? The heels are that. Or soles, whatever you want to call them. One, two, one, two. Something like that. I do not chew well. It's going to have to be good enough. Okay. So let's figure out if I could do anything more to this body part. I could fake some crisscross. Let's just get 3 in here. There, good. Got that. Yes. She might be getting some attachments in a bit to, you know, get that and that, but I can't quite grok the style, so I'm using it as reference for what I want on here. But yes. Yeah, okay. Now I need to get arms on here. Well, is there anything more I could do with this? I don't think I'm getting that stuff. I don't getting this. We'll see if we get the rest of the roses in. I mean, it's very important design-wise, but it doesn't kill it if it loses it at this point. So anyway, arm. I might have to do this front arm, back arm. Front arm. Does she have sleeves? Yes, she has sleeves. She has the cinch type. They are detached, but I will get that in a minute. So, drop right here. Tiny little stick. And then tiny little stick this way. And then for the back one, which is going to go back behind the dress, about the same. We're going to have a back arm. I'm going to employ Old Faithful, and because I want a little bit of character acting in it, we'll have this. And then we'll have a hand up for Oh Ho Ho Ho. And I think I'll have to put that one on top, so. Front hand. Oh Ho Ho Ho. Okay, okay. This is where I... Oh, no, Rika. I need dough hands. Bert, you're not helping me. Good enough. Okay. So, Puffy, it's cinched at the middle with some black, and then it's cinched again there. So, let's try the front arm first, because I'll have more to work with on that. I'm going to use pink so I can differentiate. So it's cinched like this, so this one's pretty even. Down to the elbow. Now this is the one where it puffs out and comes back in. Something like that. And then we can have that. The actual color to use is this, so like 2. Go across like that. Get a darker shade of this for the outline. Whoops. This needs to be 25. Boo boo. Okay, is it cinched the same way? Yeah, it's... And then we have a little bit of flare outside of there. Boop, boop. Okay, I think I would cut this down just a little bit. Put a little up here. Same on this one. Cut it down just a tad. And then over here, I think I'm going to have to do the trick of not just... The leading edge isn't going to be doing that. And then we get to make dough hand. Possibly a little big. Don't need to care. Dough hand. I'm free. Okay, let's get this back arm set up. So, yeah, let's actually, 1 second. So I think let's have this go in, then it come out, and then it go back in. Doo-doo. Then I guess we could show it cinched like that. Something of that nature. This should probably be cut in a bit more. Boop. Cut that one out. Puffy, but not the most puffy. Okay. We'll work with that. And this one's going to be just in pure this because, you know, it's in shadow. So that can do this. And as I stated before, the elbow can be that color. I think we're going to have to do a darker shade for this one. Okay, 30, 15. So that is going in like that. Frills. All the frills. Terrible amounts of frills. But I drew Toho, so Tuesday. I suppose it could be the proper color up here. Okay. Let's get some of the body fixed up. Get some outlining because we have decided in our infinite wisdom that it will be an outlined setup. Honestly, I think outline works better at larger scales, but I can't make this a sprite. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to select this so I can do this. Okay, and then front arm, I'm going to have to put a bit of this on it. Dough hand. And then back arm. Oh, I don't need front hand. There we go. Okay. Can I get flowers on the waist? I think I can. So let's go over to the body group and right on top of the overdress. Oh, wait, I need to actually overdress. I need to add the outline. Okay, that should be good enough. And the back of the dress. Just a hint of it overlapping and such. Down there, I don't care too much. Okay. Let's get the roses on there and see if that fixes anything. So, I'll call it hip rose. She kind of gets a belt out of the deal. And that'll hide some sins going into this. So, as stated before, it's like paper. Okay. Don't think too deeply. Okay. So it's just a simple loop between them. I'll start up here so I can cover up this. And then I'll just fill that in. And it goes down the side of the dress as well. You won't be able to see it on this side. Let's turn it off. Arm layer does not exist. I did nothing with it. You have served your purpose. Thank you very much. But into the void. Okay, and take that and follow only doing the bottom for this because I don't have the pixels to do it properly. If I was doing a highlights style, I might be able to do something, but not in this one. Put up. We can pretend that's a flower. Or a leaf. Okay. Anything else I'm missing besides cat ears? Oh, yeah, the neck. So onto the neck, we are just going to take this color, give her a collar. Can I get the cross in here? Got the brooch. It's a little bit of gold, but it wouldn't be that sort of gold. Nope, we have to put this over everything. We'll just call it that. Okay. So we have that. Boop. Something of that nature. And then we also need the cross across, or the crisscross, which I can just do by going boop. Boop. There we go. Anything else I could think of? I'm hoping the animation will save it. Oh, I should probably turn off the palette. Roses on shoes? Probably roses on shoes. Well, okay, we have a bit of that. Let's muck with that. So legs, we got the crossing of the front of the shoes. It's probably put that in there. That whole thing, and then we could put sorry, put this down here. Just a hint of it being that, and then we have the larger one over here, which we will put in shade. I don't even know if that's going to be red anymore. 35, 24. Let's just copy what I did over there. That was good enough once. Let's do it twice. And then we put the vines on. Just slither around basically once. Anything more? Nope, not really. Ooh, race against time. Not really. I have laundry to do today, and that's about it. Okay, and we will drop this a color. We won't be able to do what I was before, which was just bottom, but I can at least show some depth on the edges. And I might actually want to do an outline of these by just doing what I did before. Drop it by like 10. Just to show separation. Make sure everything knows where it's supposed to be. Oops. Okay, and then that. So I might have these raised and lower just a little bit. So I need to make sure that I have it covered with the proper color. Otherwise I will get very salty and complain and whine that I didn't do it right. Okay, actually let's take off the body and see. Yeah, this should go up more if I'm going to go with that. This one was up pretty high already. There we go. Put it back on. Anything else I want to do to this? I think I have a really stupid idea, therefore I'm going to do it. Okay, let's push you over. Let's make this absolutely massive. 240. That's probably too big. 160. It's probably overkill, but I'll cull it afterwards. De Chu Hua. Make that bigger. How's 18 look? Yeah, let's increase the girth. This is a very girthy word balloon. Cheat to win. Well, I have plans. That's all I'll say on that, is I have plans on how that will pop up. And I should probably pillow shade that slightly so that it follows suit. But you know what? I'm going to cheat to win. I'm going to just copy it. Go over into here, go FX, go outline, use actual outline, do this, and Dechua. And I will emphasize this slightly more, though. There we go. Let's do a little bit of 3D'ing this. Simple block 3D. Just so it jumps off the background a little bit more than it is right now. Might have to move you down a pixel. We'll get to that in a second. How about we move this up a pixel? There we go. Okay, anything more? Ah, cat ears. Yes, cat ears and a tail. So, canvas size must increase. Okay, hopefully I don't blast everybody with this. Okay, let me mute this and see if I can't find the color of cat ears she used. The VOD channel is online. Okay. They are about the same color as her splotch of hair over here, so this should be easy. So head group, Neko Mimi Moto. Neko Mimi Moto. So let us get this thing over here. This will have to go behind that, but in front of some other things. But for now, it will have to do. Was there anything special about it, or is it just kind of standard? Okay, it's the ones that have the sweep in. So, what I mean by that is that this, instead of it following like this part is cut out, but I will do that in a second. The fuzziest of fluffy animal ear fluff. Okay, so we have that. Let's drop this down so that I can put a little shading on there. Okay. Going to do a little bit of this. Curve it a little bit. Okay. And then you must suffer the 2/3 fate. But you get to poke out more. Okay, and this should go below the hair group, I'm guessing. I'm using a lighter color because I don't know how to make this stand out otherwise. Now that we got this, we get to... Yeah, let's... Oops. Wait, this is above the hair cap? It is above the hair cap. Dang it. Yeah, let's have a little bit of... There we go. Now then, for, where'd the tail go? Nothing special? Nothing special. There's no sort of like loops in there? Not really. Sorry, being a little silent, just focusing. I suppose I can outline this in black. Oh, I need to change the Detroit to be very red. For obvious reasons. All right. Yes, Detroit and pure red. Okay. I don't know if I can bring myself to add more. Is there anything that obviously bad sticks out? Not that I see. This possibly could be fixed up a bit more, but it's not happening. We have to take our licks and move on. So, one moment as I convert this into a Photoshop document in order to... Whoops. As I convert it into Photoshop document so that I can import it into Live 2D. Because I work in the most bizarre way possible. Okay, yes, it's time to start doing the simplest rig ever. It's not going to be a bad one. It's like might even be less than like a half hour. It's the level of rigging I have for this current model. But anyways, I go into my model folder. I find... Nope, that's not the model folder. I find the BB Simple Pixel model. I open it up in GIMP, which has a new version that I'm afraid to download. Okay, image, scale image times 16, make it 300 resolution and none for the interpolation. And then I export right on top of the Photoshop document. And I close that down to save some memory. All right then, I close this down. I open Live 2D 5.2. And I'm going to step away as it loads up. Be right back. Is it properly on screen? It is properly on screen. Now we do, and we drag. There it is. Okay, model, don't explode on me now. Detroit. Okay, first off, group your things. Face angle. Spelled it wrong, don't care. Eyes. Brow can go in there, because brow is kind of eyes. Eye group. Like, this isn't required, but it makes everything look nicer. Create folder. Mouth group. Do. Oops. Body group. We won't probably be using hair group, but maybe. I'll call it derivative group. By derivative, I mean like something else causes it. It has no initial value of its own. It's like stats in D&D. So I am going to also add a Neko Mimi Moto. Neko Mimi Moto. Onyanya. You want to have that set up. That is going to go into its own folder of toggle group. And we'll make you purple. Okay. Now then. Basic rigging 101. Turn on everything. Palette can be cast into the void. Nothing else I need to cast into the void. So select all that. We are going to do simple because we don't need the extra stuff. Now then, I had mentioned it before about the little blurring on the edges. Like, this shouldn't come up in actual doing this, but yeah, it's an utter pain. So first off, I'm going to do eyes because I don't like the way they look right now. Oh, I didn't split them. I forgot to split them. Let us split them real quick and then I'll go back there. You can cast this into the void. I have made mistakes. It's fixable. Boop. We will just... Why are you doing that there? Okay. Let's see. I should have that open. And then this one. Okay, there we go. Oop. And I need to do the eyes next. Right eye mid. Right eye. Excuse me 1 second. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I am braining a bit. Save this out. We got all that. We don't have any parallels between these because these are on the same layer, but okay. Oh, I need to hide this for a second. Ah. Okay. Back into... Okay, got that open, got that... And I said it was 16 before, so I will scale it by 16. And then export on top. So what I'm going to need to do now, get back in here. We're going to do the standard update because they should be exactly the same. Replace, and then it's going to have all these ones up here. Oh wait, I deleted the... Okay, 1 second. Let me just go back. Okay, so I don't delete these. Okay. So the left eye is like that. That's not going to matter that they're all sort of weird. What's going to matter is that they're all in head group up here and they're not all simplified. Okay, so we drag this down into here. We got right eyebrow. Okay, everything is fine. We're not doing any deformation, so things aren't going to be doing weird stuff. Let's get this down next to the rest of them. Except for eyebrow, which needs to be above everything else next to left eyebrow. And the... I said next to right eye. And then I need the eyelashes also to be moved up here. Okay, good to go. So now I'm going to group these suckers into... Oops. Okay, let's just actually... Let me pause for a second. So what I really need is everything in the head group, including the head. All this. All this. head group. That up here. Okay, going to create a pair. De chu wa. De chu wa. Going to create de chu wa. Going to attach that to the head group so that it follows the head in case I move it. I'm also going to make a body group. Legs are not going. Legs are basically going to be the only thing that's not included. Dress, tail, body group. Hair back. It's going to be included in head group so that when I have possibly lowering and raising based off X, I can use all that. Anyways, on to eyes. So let's pop open eyes. First things first. Grab left eye and right eye, or nope, just left eye so that I can marry it to eye left. Nope, you don't autocomplete. Okay. Where are you? Left eye. There we are. They're smaller because they came in already and I'm not screwing around with fixing them. Right eye. Okay, and right, these two definitely should be linked onto right eye group so that I can easily turn them on and off for when they get to the third stage. Left eye group. And I'm going to have a mid group so that I can turn off the mid eyelash and the mid little eye cover. Left eye mid. There we go. Okay. So now that I have these, I could set it to 0. Put that in here, and I could say at 3 it completely at 4 it completely closes. Otherwise, these are open all the time. Okay, so I said 4 for those. So once again, set this to 0. So 4. Sure, let's go with 6. So in this little area, this will be 100%. 100%. And then we just adjust. 0.601. 0.401. Okay. Now for open Set these to 0. Is there no left closed? Oh, I selected closed. Okay, one second. You should be 100. You should be 0. Okay, select those again. Now down to 4. Okay. Now for closed, set those to 0. And once again, 4. Also, I think I had put the wrong number in for the fully open ones. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's do a bit moving. That should be at 6. Okay, now where are the mid eyelids? Those should be active to cover that. Okay. Why are you not doing... Oh, I didn't put it in there. Gotta do a little bit of emergency surgery. Okay, so is that on top? Yeah, that's on top. All right. So going back into here, getting this on mid so that I can actually see if I have it properly set up. So right mid, left mid, and this should be covered up by the... And I don't have anything for right, it looks like. Mistakes were made. Okay, I could fix this though. Okay, once again, 1 second. Boop. And I am exporting, once again, into a Photoshop document. And then I have to fix it with GIMP because the exporting process is not perfect, but I need to upscale it anyways. So, open recent, BB, simple pixel model, image scale up to times 16. 300 dots per inch, scale it, and overwrite. Okay, now that's done. I can go over here, grab the model file, Photoshop file, and I will drag it into this. And I will replace, and I will replace once again, and everything's hunky-dory. All right. Yep, you could... Oop, is there anything in this? I think I can just leave. Well, I don't know why you're... Weird. That's all I need, so I'll bring that down here. You can go away. You can go away. Right eye mid group. You can go away. And I can move you into that right mid group. Oh, you need to be higher on this list. Okay. Right eye. There we go. Everything's fixed. Let me save this out. Okay. Have a good night. I don't have too much to go, but you don't need to stay and watch it all. Will do. I'll need to make a little animation, which, but we'll see. Okay, so we have that. We have it all set up. Now I can take all the right ones and put them onto the right eye. And move you all over to right. Okay, so whoop. Oh wait, no. Left seems to work. Okay. Now, to do a little something with the eye direction, grab you, left eye, right eye, and I'm going to need to have it mirrored because I'm going to flip it over because I don't want to move too many pixels around. Okay, so 16 over. Okay, something like that. Something like that. Okay, reflect horizontally. Minus 0.501. And then we can get rid of the middle one in there. And I think for simplicity's sake, I'm going to make a y-axis. Y. So grab these two. This is purely so I don't have to like do all the weird stuff in order to have this work right. So. Okay, so we have that. And we're going to have it go down a pixel. Okay, so then we can flip it vertically. Oh, I didn't have it selected. Okay. I was confused. I just didn't have it selected. So, boop. So now it goes up and then it disappears into nothing because I don't have the capstone, which will extrapolate from it. Very simple. And adjust this to 0.501. And then we can get rid of this. And now we have Pixel Perfect moving around. Good to go. Okay, so now let's move on to mouse. So close that up, open up mouth group, mouth open. You're all disappeared now. Okay, 335. That seems good. Okay, so closed, you only exist at this. Okay, clean you up. Okay, mid, you only exist at this. One 0.601 and open, you only exist at this. Watashi Vampire. Okay, that's good. So, going to pop open modeling for a second, and it should be fine. It always looks so much better than expected. Okay. Now, on to stupid things. So, let's get the Neko Mimimoto set up. So that is 0 unless it is on. Tail 2. Neko Mimimoto. Yep. Of course, I had to unselect it. Okay, where are you? There you are. So you turn on at this point. You turn on at this point. And then we cinch those together so they're inseparable. Okay, the Dechua will have also a similar system where it is turned off until it's turned on. Okay, on for other things. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to put the head in the body group. And I'm going to have this go off angle because that's easier to work with, but I'm going to have these move up and down like a pixel or two. So right now, this is normal and this is going down a pixel. So something's a bit off. That's like head group. Oh, it wasn't oh, that was weird. Okay. So once again, 9's fine. So at this is going to go down a pixel. And that's going to carry on down there. Just cinch these two together, minus 9.001. And then head group. It's going to be... This is going to be the normal section, and this is going to be the section where it... Let me adjust this. I am just going to move it from 0 because it's doing weirdness to me. So this is where it's going to go down by 1. We're going to extend this out. And then I'm going to adjust it over because it is not going to be 0. It's going to be negative 6.001. And this is going to be negative 6. Now over here, it's going to go up a pixel. And then I'm going to extend this out over here. And adjust it so that it is a little... So this can be 9.001. Now, have a little bit of motion like that. Now, because I'm an overachiever, on the x-axis, this is going to be normal, this is going to be normal, this is going to go back 1, this is going to go forward 1, because if you turn right, this goes in more. But if you turn left, this goes out more. So, well, actually I can't turn that in. I don't have the real estate for it. Let's get over here. I thought I had an extra pixel or two. Mistakes were made. Okay. I guess this is going to be turn in only. That's fine. First off, is this actually... Let's have it like right there. Okay. Now, once again, onto the breach, 912. And then we have a bop. .001. Actually, let's reflect this. I have it backwards. So you turn left, it contracts it. You turn right, it comes out. Yep. And now for the front arm, it's going to do the opposite. So, bop, bop, bop. And that gives it a little bit of depth, unneeded, but I do this stuff. I think I'm going to adjust... Yeah, let's bring this out to like 15. It's a little too close. Maybe it's fine, but it bugs me a bit. Okay, grab you, and grab front hand, and move that out to negative 15. Okay, and now we need to turn on Nekomimi mode, which it is, because I have one more I need to have go in on these angles. Or actually, this would go out. So, cattail go out. I could do it on the other side, cattail go in. Yeah, see, right here, it has that stupid little seam. You don't notice it unless you really zoom in. I fixed it, but I don't like that it fixes this way. I'd rather it just be flush. Anyways. So, on the tail. So you turn. Okay. Do I have something back? Okay. So your face is straight on. You turn a little to the right. This arm comes in. This tail goes out. You turn a little to the left. I think the arm I have backwards. Okay, it's a little bit of wiggling, but it's something. Okay. Now for the De Chu Wa, how it's going to be set up. De Chu Wa. It's primarily going to be a... Yeah, max tail swing. It is going to be I smile, right and left, and mouth open. Mouth open is going to be 60% of this, and the other thing is going to be 20. Ah. It's all going to be angles. Okay. I think we could just add a generic one like 15. And have the add output be Dechua. So left eye smile, right eye smile. Doesn't trigger it. Now mouth open. And let's have this be negative 45. 45. Let's have a shake of 0.001. And a reaction of 1.5. I don't want it shaking, but I want it basically to instantly go there. Okay, so if mouth is open and left eye smile is down. Whoop, that's not it. Let's say at about half. So it's still hitting it. Change it to about 5. Still hitting it. Okay, it's not hitting it now. So if mouth is all the way open. So right smile goes up. Yep. Goes down. Left smile. Whoop. Okay. Let's let this... anything else on there? Nope, I don't think so. Let's let it pose a bit. Oh, I need eyebrows. I didn't put them on there to not use them. Okay. And they're in the eye group, because why not? Brow Y. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to say 5, 5. Okay. Vertical? Yep. Excuse me. Just a call. My taxes are done. Okay. Ooh, and I just need to complete this and then close them together so that they're about next to each other. Nope, that's not the right number. No, that is the right number. It's not the right number back here. Minus 0.5001. 01. Okay, save it out. And let's let it work a bit. So the De Chua is off smiling and mouth open. I think I could probably get it off mouth form. Yeah, one second. I think that it can come off mouth form. Let me just check to make sure that mouth form is what I expect it to be. Live 2D params or VTuber Studio. Standard param list. Right eye smiling. Mouth form is what I'm looking for. Mouth form. Yeah, okay, plus should be smiling. So I should be able to, instead of rigging it off of both these, let me just delete them and go with mouth form. (50/50). And plus is smiling, so I don't need to reflect it, so that is up, and if mouth opens up all the way, let's say I want it about in this range. If I increase that to 10, doesn't do anything. 60, 70, 80, 90. It's very close. I'll make this 15. Nope. Yeah. So, wait, 100? So 100 is vertical, not 90. So that'd mean 50 is... Okay, I'll just go with it. Okay, so at about third mouth smiling and at that. She's going to De Chua a lot, but that's the joke. .8, let's go for that. Let's give it a 0.8 reaction time. So I'm hoping it'll stay up for a little bit. Okay, let's bring this down to 30 and say that this is 70 for the mouth opening for causing it. See if that... Mid-mouth was definitely the thing to do. Okay, I think we have it. I was thinking of possibly having the twin tails turn a little bit when moving head left and right, but I'd have to do the front also moving, ears moving possibly. So I think we might be at the end of what I'm going to do with this. The only other thing I could think of is possibly having the head move down a little bit further. But I think this 1 pixel move, the 2 pixels of range is perfect for this. So I think we're good. Thank you very much for coming. This only took about 4 hours. Not bad. Maybe 3 and 20 minutes if we cut out the break time and being interrupted. But otherwise, I think we're good. So thank you for coming. This was me doing a quick run at Beatrice. She went over her name, and I'm never going to say it right. Beatrice Beaufort. I forgot a T in there. Oh no. Anyways, thank you very much for joining, and have a good day. Or good time of day. And I'll see you probably next week. Don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be something. Till then, have a good time of day.